Good morning, guys. This is another episode. I can't even talk. Good morning, guys. This is another episode here in Nolan's pod. Um, Yesterday I told you guys about my expectations for the basketball season. The NBA is back. It kicked off last night, opening night. It did not disappoint, and I mentioned what teams I thought was going to finish in the Eastern Conference, what teams I thought was going to finish in the Western Conference, and I gave out the individual awards, MVPs, all that. I already feel some regret because the Timberwolves lost last night, and I had them second in the West. I already feeling some regret about that already, but it's 82 games a season, and yesterday was game 82 for the Timberwolves. And they had 81 more to go. So maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not. The hard thing about trying to predict the Western Conference is you can't really predict the Western Conference because it's the Western Conference. It's tough. Anything can happen. Obviously, the Eastern Conference is always easier to predict who's going to finish where, what team's going to do what. But I got out to a bad start yesterday by saying that the Minnesota Timberwolves will finish second in the West. Maybe I might end up being right, but last night, I was definitely wrong, so don't listen to me. Anyway, opening night did not disappoint, as I just mentioned. You had the New York Knicks, they going to Boston. We know what the Knicks trying to do. They try to go to Boston and beat Boston. They're also trying to build their team like Boston. The difference between building your team like the Boston Celtics is you acquired Cat, you got OG Anunoby, you got Mikal Bridges, you still got Jalen Brunson. You still have Big Mitchell Robinson. You still got Josh Hart. You add Campaign. You got Deuce McBride. You lost Isaiah Hartenstein. And Jericho Sims is your third string. He had to play backup because Mitchell Robinson's out until late December. So, with that being said, you try to make your team like the Boston Celtics. And you try to send a message this offseason saying, we ready for y'all, Boston. But at the same time, y'all wasn't ready for y'all, Boston. Y'all wasn't ready for Boston because Boston is different because the Knicks are trying to be like Boston as far as roster construction, as far as how they play. But Boston has a bench. They have a bench that could be a starting five, in my opinion. Boston has depth. They have a bench. The Knicks, they made that trade, and they got these guys, and they can start, but the Knicks don't have a bench, and that got exposed last night. Y'all don't have depth. And I think they only have 12 players that's on the standard NBA contract. You have to have at least 14. They have to have at least 14 guys on the NBA standard contract by 2 weeks. So, meaning they have to sign two more players to a standard contract. They're interested in Matt Ryan, sharpshooter. Anyway, y'all don't have a bench. So, y'all trying to be like Boston, but y'all got to have depth to be like Boston. So, y'all really didn't send a message to Boston this offseason. Yeah, y'all got Cat. Y'all got Mikal Bridges. Cat is obviously still going to have to learn how to play in this system. Yes, he's played for Tom Thibodeau before in Minnesota, but it's different now. It's different. So he's going to have to learn how to get adjusted to his new teammates. Josh Hart is having a hard time adjusting to whatever his role might be, as he came forward and mentioned that last week, that he's struggling to find whatever role he might have, and he was on the team last year. Mikal Bridges' jump shot is broken. Whatever coach on the New York Knicks told Mikal Bridges he needs to fix his jump shot or change his jump shot, that coach needs to be fired immediately. It was nothing wrong with Mikal Bridges' form, his jump shot. It was nothing wrong with his form. I don't know why in the hell y'all would tell somebody they need to change their shot. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Why are you trying to fix something that's not broke? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. If it's working well, why are you trying to mess with something that's working? Same thing with Jason Tatum. He doesn't have the hitch in his shot anymore because he had a new release. And he was working on that during Team USA. And that's probably part of the reason why they held him out. But it's still Jason Tatum. That's not why y'all held him out. Y'all held him out because y'all just didn't want to play him. It didn't have nothing to do with he was changing his jump shot during Team USA and all that. Nonetheless, Mikal Bridges, every time he shot the ball last night, you could tell that he's just thinking. He wasn't getting his shot off. He just wasn't catching and shooting and getting his shot off without thinking. It was in his head. It was messing with his psyche. You can see it. In the second half, he shot like he made three in a row, made 3 jump shots in a row and got one at the basket. But in the second half, it's like his mind kind of opened up he just caught and shot it in the second half. He wasn't thinking about it. His jump, I don't understand why y'all would change something that just does not need to be fixed. It's not broke. Don't fix it. Y'all act like this man's shot was like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is a former Charlotte Hornet player who had one of the worst jump shot forms, worst jump shot releases in NBA probably history. If you don't know who Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is, just look up Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. You will see his jump shot form, his release form. It was never pretty. He was a great defensive player, but he didn't last because his jump shot form was just broken to the T. Nonetheless, Mikal Bridges had a better second half. He had 16 points, 2 assists, 7 for 13 from the field. That does not tell the whole story of his night. He was 2 for 7 from downtown. He got off in the second half by getting easy attempts at the basket too. OG Anunoby was a non-factor. He only had 4 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 for 7 from the field. He did not hit a 3. It's also kind of like Josh Hart saying he's trying to find his role. It seems like OG Anunoby's trying to also find his role too. Cat had 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 for 9 from the field, 1 for 2 from downtown. Josh Hart, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 for 6 from the field. Campaign came off the bench and had 11 points, 5 for 10 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. He had 3 rebounds with 4 assisted. Campaign. Deuce McBride knows he's going to have a bigger role this year with Dante DiVincenzo being traded. Deuce McBride came off the bench and had 22 points, 2 assists, 8 from 10 from the field, and 4 from 5 from downtown. Jalen Brunson, 22 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 9 for 14 from the field for Jalen Brunson, and 1 for 2 for downtown. Obviously, this was ring night for the Celtics. The Knicks were not ready to play. The Celtics were. The Celtics almost broke a record for NBA three-pointers. They had 29 to break the record. They needed 30, and they couldn't hit a three-pointer. To say they like to get that record, they hit 29 of them. They just needed one more with 30. They could not hit a three-pointer to get to 30. To say they lie. But they hit 29 of them. Nonetheless, Al Horford, big boss, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 for 7 from the field, and 3 for 5 from downtown from boss. Drew Holiday, 18 points, 4 assists with 4 rebounds. He was 7 and 9 from the field, 4 for 6 from downtown. Derek White, 24 points, 4 assists for Derek White, 3 rebounds. Derek White was 8 for 13 from the field. He was 6 from 10 from downtown. Jaylen Brown, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 for 18 from the field, and he was 5 for 9 from downtown with Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum, 37 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, 18 from the field, and 8 for 11 from downtown. What did I tell you guys last night? The last 2 people who you wanted to piss off the most was Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You didn't play Jason Tatum really at all. For only 2 little games. You didn't play Jason Tatum, Team USA. His role was very limited with Team USA. You know he was going to come back. Jaylen Brown didn't make the team at all. in favor of his teammate, Derek White. Well, you see what kind of night Derek White had last night in his defensive impact. But the guys who you don't want to piss off the most, who I told you guys about yesterday, was Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And that's why you don't want to make them mad. Look what Jason Tatum did last night. 37 points. Nobody's talking about he had 10 assists, double-digit assist game, 14 18 from the field, and 8 for 11 from downtown. Jaylen Brown, 23 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 for 18 from the field, and 5 for 9 from downtown. Boston was 29 for 61 from three-pointers. They took 61 three-pointers and hit 29 of them. They just picked up where they left off last season. Score was 132 to 109. Boston's biggest lead was 35. The Knicks' biggest lead was only 1. Boston did not have a championship hangover. It was ring night. They raised the banner. They started a new season. Picked right up for where they left off. Y'all got the two guys who y'all don't want to make mad. Y'all got them mad. Congratulations, Steve Kerr and the rest of that staff on Team USA for making Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown mad. Give yourselves a pat on the back for doing it, because they're coming for you. They're coming. They showed it last night. My concern about the Knicks is the Knicks need to add depth off their bench badly. They need to. You can make the case that they missed Dante DiVincenzo last night, and you can make the case that they missed Julius Randle last night. As for the Timberwolves and the Lakers, was the second game. You can we finna get right into that now. Okay, Timberwolves Lakers. Boston did their thing. The Knicks looked to rebound. It's a lot of concern for the Knicks. They don't have depth. Let's transition. The Timberwolves, the Los Angeles Lakers. Obviously, history was in the making in this game. We knew that we probably going to see LeBron and Bronny at some point. We seen it in the second quarter. That's all good. We might not never see that again. And to have Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. in the building, I know that had to be special. I don't think Bronny even realized at that moment. I don't even think Bronny talked about it, but I don't even think Bronny just hit him yet that he had all these stars, all these celebrities, Ken Griffey Sr., Ken Griffey Jr. in the house to watch you and your pops come in the game at the same time. I don't even think I can't speak for Bronny because obviously I don't know Bronny, but I can tell you this. I don't even think it hit Bronny yet. I don't even think it hit LeBron yet. And it might have because LeBron's a lot older, but I don't even think it hit Bronny yet. I don't even think Bronny has had time to just really process it through yet. But he didn't score any points. His dad gave him a three-pointer. He just didn't knock it down. LeBron was mic'd up during the game last night, and he just told Bronny, you see this intensity, you ready for the moment, just do you. Play mistake-free basketball. It's all good. It's your first game. You're a rookie. Nerves going to be there. And I think Bronny was nervous. Rightfully so, to be expected. But nonetheless, you and your dad made history. We might not never see that again. So that was an incredible moment for LeBron and his family. That's a great moment. If you are hating, something is wrong with you. If you are hating about that, something is wrong with you. Seriously. If you are hating, something is wrong with you. Because it's not often at all that you see this type of history. So, you got a chance to see it. As fans, you got to enjoy it. But last night, it was not only about that. It was about the Los Angeles Lakers beating the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was about AD having a monster game. Stats. Minnesota. Julius Randle made his Timberwolves debut. He had 16 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 for 10 from the field, 1 for 3 for downtown. Julius Randle gave you a little bit of everything. Passing, rebounding, points. Obviously, Julius Randle hadn't played a game since January of the beginning of this year because he had that shoulder surgery. And that ended his time with the New York Knicks. Obviously, they traded him away, as we know that. Julius Randle is going to be key to what the Minnesota Timberwolves want to do. With Cat being traded, who's going to have to step up? Jaden McDaniels is going to have to step up. He had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 for 8 from the field. Jaden McDaniels is going to have to step up and try to at least be that third guy, at least behind Ant-Man and Julius Randle. Jaden McDaniels is going to have to step up and be that third guy. If he is not, the Minnesota Timberwolves are in trouble. He has to be that third guy, that third option. Rudy Gobert, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 for 8 from the field. Mike Conley only had 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 for 7 from the field. Nas Reed came off the bench and does what he does. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 for 8 from the field, 2 for 4 from downtown. Dante DiVincenzo made his Timberwolves debut. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 from 11 from the field, 2 for 8 from downtown, and Dante DiVincenzo's Timberwolves debut. Ant-Man, 27 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, 10 for 25 from the field, and 5 for 13 from downtown from Ant-Man. For the Lakers, D'Angelo Russell, 9 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 4 for 12 from the field, 1 for 7 for downtown. He should have been traded. He didn't have a great shooting night last night, and I know it's only one game, but D'Angelo Russell should have been traded. The Lakers looked to trade it. They looked to try to trade him in the offseason, just couldn't get nothing for him, but he should have been traded. I'm tired of him. I know it's only the first game of the season. I'm tired of D'Angelo Russell having bad games, taking all these bad, horrible shot attempts that he takes. I'm just disgusted with that. And him. AR-15, Austin Reeves had 12 points, 4 assists, 9 rebounds, 6 for 14 from the field. Rui Hachimura had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 for 14 from the field, 1 for 4 for downtown. JJ Redick got Rui Hachimura off early. He got him off early in the first quarter. I like that. Get him off early. Get him some shots so he could be feeling confident about himself. I like that JJ Redick got Rui Hachimura off early. Unlock Rui Hachimura's talent. Unlock his potential. Jackson Hayes came off the bench and had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 for 5 from the field for Jackson Hayes. Obviously, the Lakers are looking for another big man. Jackson Hayes came out and tried to prove last night, we don't need another big. I got it. I'm the backup. I got it. His energy alone impacted that game last night. Hats off to Jackson Hayes. LeBron had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 7 for 16 from the field, 1 for 4 for 3. Not a LeBron game at all. But I will say this, LeBron was just trying to get in the rhythm, get in the flow of things. So LeBron gets a pass. AD, 36 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 11 from 23 from the field, and 1 for 3 from downtown for Anthony Davis. Obviously, we know when Anthony Davis is healthy, when he's playing, he's going to give you a 36 or 16. You know what I'm saying? He played 76 games last season. We know what Anthony Davis is capable of. You know, it's about AD. Just give us more of that on a nightly basis. Give us more of that. Stay healthy. One thing that you cannot coach is effort. The Lakers had all the effort last night. The Lakers did not shoot well last night. They really didn't, especially from downtown. The Lakers as a team shot 5 from 30 from downtown. That's 16%. 5 from 30 for downtown, 16%. The Lakers didn't shoot well last year. They shot the 3-ball well, but they didn't attempt as many threes as what JJ Redick wants them to attempt this year. But one thing you cannot coach is effort. The Lakers had all kind of effort. They were beating up the Minnesota Timberwolves on the boards. They out-rebounded Minnesota offensively on the offensive boards, 15-12. The Lakers were so active on the glass, and that's one thing that JJ Redick preached. Attack the glass. Get rebounds. The Lakers listened, and they got rebounds. They got offensive rebounds, and they just worked harder than Minnesota. Minnesota overall out-rebounded the Lakers by 47-46, which I was surprised because every time you look around, Minnesota was getting out-rebounded. Every time you look around. the hustle stats, the Lakers had 7 steals to the Timberwolves 4. The Lakers had 8 blocks to the Timberwolves 1. The other thing that the Timberwolves was not doing well, not only were they not rebounding well, they kept turning the ball over. The Timberwolves had 16 turnovers to the Lakers 7. The Lakers had 72 points in the paint to the Timberwolves 40. Where the Timberwolves are going to miss Cat at is points in the paint. They're going to miss Cat in blocking shots. They're going to miss Cat in the rebounding game, in the offensive rebounding game. And they're going to miss Cat with shooting threes. And Cat gives you 20 and 10 every night. That's what they're going to miss. If Julius Randle could give them that, okay, fine, good. They all good. Ant-Man and Julius Randle probably going to do their thing. Jaden McDaniels has to be the third option. Rudy Gobert's a liability offensively. We know what he's going to give us defensively. We know he's going to give us rebounding. We know he's going to give us shot blocking. He's not going to give you scoring. Rudy Gobert's not going to give you scoring. Who's going to be that third option? Is it going to be Naz Reid off the bench? Is it going to be Dante DiVincenzo off the bench? Jaden McDaniels has to be unlocked as that third option. He has to be. But they're going to miss Cat. They really are going to miss Cat. Last night it showed. The Red Flags was rebounding. The Red Flags was blocking shots, and the other Red Flag was turnovers, which Minnesota turned the ball over a lot last year, so that is not like it was surprising. But they are going to miss Cat. And in the end, we are going to see who won this trade between the New York Knicks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Opening night did not disappoint at all. All the rest of the other teams played tonight. So it's opening night for everybody else. And that's all I have for you guys today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tomorrow, I will give you my take on who I think is going to win the World Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Yankees.